I want to address one interesting phenomenon today. You hire a support. Let's say you hire a coach, and then you gain the momentum, right? Like you get excited, you're working with that coach, and like maybe you get excited about what you're going to learn or what skill set you're going to implement. But then But then something happens. And what happens is that either like the energy fizzles out. And I'm really hesitant to say that it is consistency thing because this is not like this has nothing to do with consistency. So you hire somebody, and you get excited. Um, you may or may not gain momentum, but then you start implementing certain strategy, you start implementing certain methodology, and then like you operating under uncertainty, and then the energy fizzles out. And it has nothing to do. It has nothing to do. Majority of the time, it has nothing to do with the type of coach that or a type of support that you are hiring. So today we're going to address the issue number one, why we keep hiring the same, essentially the same person, right? We like their different names, like different programs, but at the end of the day, we are repeating the same pattern. We are essentially hiring the same person, and how to break that loop. And the next time when we are making this like hiring decision, when we're hiring for a support, how we can make a better decision, and how can we actually maximize our return on investment, because when we are investing in the support, like that's, I don't know, like that's quite a lot of money. Like regardless what you pay, it's quite a lot of money. And also when we're going through the cycle, when you hire somebody and then your energy drops, or um, when you are facing with with the learning curve maybe, and all of a sudden you're not as motivated to continue, this is a bigger issue. So uh last week and on Monday we were talking about that a human being operate as a system. So our mind, and like one core differentiator I want to bring, our mind is also a system. We have nervous system and we have our mind system. And when it has to do anything with hiring, so your mind system works like organization. And essentially, when you hire somebody for the support, this hiring mechanism works very similarly to a hiring for an organization. It will make sense in a moment. So often in organization, like if like I don't know, if you ever look for a job, what is your main complaint? Like if you were to go and look for a job, what is your main complaint? They don't know what they want, right? Like the requirements are not clear. It's ambiguous. It's very vague. And they just want to hire somebody someone who can do all of the things, and they don't really know what to do. Your mind is a system. Your mind is organization. And I invite you to actually to look inside and be very retrospective right now. How are you hiring for the support? Do you know what you actually need? And the good news is that unlike big organizations, right? To improve hiring process, you actually have You actually have to have the clear leadership of the CEO that can delegate it to the right part, to the right department, and the right department can put really clear and unequivocal requirements what they're looking for. You can do the same thing when you are removing the blockages or addressing the parts that are clouding your self leadership, clouding your clarity, clouding your creativity. And by the way, on my last live stream, when I talk about 8 qualities that actually create flow, that those 8 qualities of your internal CEO. And when you have those qualities, by the way, also help you to make better hiring decisions for the support. But at the end of the day, right? Like if I were to look at people who are hiring for like coaches, people who are hiring therapists, people are looking for either for a strategy, like, okay, how do I do X, Y, and Z? And maybe you are considering a mastermind, you are considering to like, or maybe a membership container. Like that membership container will give me the magic formula, the magic playbook, the magic social selling framework, so I can finally equip my team with the right social selling network. I can finally equip my team with working with X, Y, and Z, and you put your own certainty, your own clarity into someone else's hands. My invitation for you today, if you get nothing else from this live stream, from this episode, first of all, flip the script upside down. Uh, Flip the script from you need something from the external versus how would you hire if you already have everything that you need? Because when you hire from the place of certainty, when you hire from the place of clarity, when you hire from the place of creativity, your hiring decisions are way better. Another problem with the industry, and it's specifically like I'm looking for this, like when I'm looking for the support, I'm noticing one essential problem with the industry. Uh, we don't like we don't have the lack of strategy, right? We don't have the lack of knowledge. uh, we have wonderful masterminds who will help you with the messaging. We have wonderful sales coaches. We have wonderful mindset coaches. One core problem with the industry, that what I'm noticing is that not a lot of containers are designed in a way that they can support people when they're navigating uncertainty. And business is a big uncertainty. Like you don't know if it is going to work out. Like truthfully, like if you were 100% honest with yourself, you don't know if it is going to work out. And when we are operating in the place of uncertainty, in the place of like rather unknown, then for our nervous system, our brain likes predictability. Our brain likes to know, like, okay, if this is going to work out, like this is going to work out, that like this is exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to like I have course of action. If it's not going to work out, this is what I'm going to do instead. But in business, we operate in uncertainty, and every business strategist, we like, and also I'm talking about this issue from the experience. Every business strategist, we are putting our best guess based on our experiences with our clients, with our market, with what we experienced, right? And we put our best effort and best knowledge and best offer out there, and we are hoping that it will work for you. But there are not a lot of containers that can actually help you Instead of giving you a playbook that work for somebody else, instead of giving you guidance that work for somebody else, instead of giving you I don't know, like a strategy that work for somebody else. There's not many containers that can actually, first of all, activate your self leadership. Because at the end of the day, as a CEO, yes, consultants are amazing, coaches are amazing, hiring support is amazing, and then like this is absolutely right thing to do, and you want to trust people with their expertise, but when you operating from the place of self leadership, self agency, and have self trust, which we're going to talk about tomorrow, and operate from the self trust. This is the difference maker. This is when you can actually craft and put together a strategy, a playbook, an approach in your business for you when you act from the place of your true self. This is the core theme that I've been talking about last week and this week as well. And also, we often hire for a support. We're often looking for a support when something is happening, right? When we are in a state of lack, when we are in a state of emergency, when we like when something is not quite well. But what if you could? What if you could hire when and find and be supported when everything is good? Because one important thing, like, and it comes with business, it comes with like personal health overall. I don't know about you, but I don't hire a personal trainer when I immediately need to lose like extra pounds. I don't hire a personal trainer in May when I need to have a beach body by July. I hire a personal trainer when, first of all, when, and again, people are different. It's me. I hire a personal trainer when everything is good. I know that I have really good numbers. I know I have really good consistency. I know I'm good at working out and I get the results and my body looks good. I feel good. And I understand that I could do so much better if I lean in into expertise of another expert who understands human body on the whole another level and who can actually see me like witness me doing exercises and give me the feedback that I actually need and I can actually implement in my workout routine. The same thing with business. I'd rather hire when everybody when like I mean, yes, when there is a need, let's say you are operating in you operating in a certain certain uncertainty, well, certain decisions that may not be 100% certain for you. Maybe you are thinking about pivot and it's a big decision, and you need a strategist. You need a person who can actually walk side by side with you. You don't need a big container. You don't need you don't need a big like Zoom, Telegram, Voxer group when everybody's chatting. You need somebody who will walk with you side by side when you are making big decisions and help you to get grounded, help you to get centered, help you to execute from this place of self leadership, and start with your mind first, with your mind system first. And it goes be this is not, and this is why I say this is not mindset, this is not therapy, this is not feel good like meditation, hypnoactivation kind of thing. This is a strategic partnership when you unblock your true CEO, you unblock your true self to move with leadership, to move with power, to move with peace in your business. And then when you are in the state of creativity, when you are in the state of calm, when you are in a state of clarity, when you are in a state of self-agency, when you are in a state of curiosity, when you are resourceful enough to connect with other people, because if you're in business, you got to be connected with other people. Like connectedness is one of the core qualities that move your business forward. Then you can implement the strategy. Then you can implement the playbook. Then you can actually see your business. And if you follow me for any amount of time, you know I'm a quite spiritual person. And when look at the sacred texts like Bible, we often see examples when prophets pray for another people, open their eyes so they can see. Because often when we are in the thick of it, we're not able to see clearly. And the reason we are not able to see clearly, because our parts that are either controlling, they're trying to, like our internal managers, they're trying to manage the situation because our brain signals us that it is a danger, or our reactive parts, like they are reacting, and then we see like unwanted reactive behavior, addictive behavior, behaviors that like we're like not necessarily like that we are ashamed of. And like listen, I will like this is probably it needs to be the whole another live stream or a podcast episode when I address reactive behavior in entrepreneurship, because those reactive behaviors, they happen all the time. They happen when we have a big launch, when we have a big money coming in, and our nervous system is just like we just do this reactive behaviors, unhealthy reactive behaviors, or when we are in a state of crisis, when when we are in a state of uncertainty. So that is that is important. So the point that I want to drive home today, when you hire for the support, think about, can that support that you are about to hire, first of all, like, can they guide you through the times of uncertainty? Because a playbook, a social selling, like another messaging framework, it sounds really good in theory, but until you are operating from the place of self, you won't be able to sell well, because everything is energy, and your uncertainty, your controlling parts, your reactive parts, your scared parts, they're visible to other person. The other person, the other prospect, your audience is not able to connect with your true self, because, and this is like, again, this is based on human psychology. When you're operating from the place of your parts, of your scared parts, of your controlling parts, of your unhealed parts, you like you're operating on the level of your wounded parts or your unhealed parts, and you are speaking to the parts of your audience who are in a similar state. The similar like attracts like, right? And this is what we call in psychology transference or counter transference, right? And all of a sudden you think, why my messaging is not landing when I say the right thing? When my messaging is like, you might say the right thing. It's not about the words. You might show up at your absolute best, but if you're not speaking from your true self, from your true CEO, you're not able to connect with other people's true self, and they're not able to see you at that level. they're not able to see you at that level. And this is why so many coaching programs, so many messaging programs, they're missing the mark, not because those programs are bad, not because those coaches, they don't know what they're talking about. Is that you don't necessarily need another strategy. You need to unblock your internal CEO so you can see, you can open, like you need to open your eyes, your internal mind eye, and actually see your business, and actually see your audience, and actually see what's going on from the place of leadership, from the place of self-agency, from the place of certainty. And that certainty comes from your true self, not from the playbook, not from the messaging container, not from another sales system. And then when you operating like that, you're closing people on the call better. Your messaging lands better because you are messaging from your true self, and the true self of other people can see, and they can resonate. And then you bring the right energy in the room, because everything is energy. Everything is energy. Because I don't know about you, but have you noticed certain creators, you go online and they say the right thing, and you look at them and just like, you know what? There's nothing wrong that they're saying. It just doesn't resonate with me. Or like, like my personal confession, I unsubscribed from a lot of podcasts because I can't tell you why. I can't tell you what it is. A lot of wonderful, talented people and creators, but when I start listening to them, like something wrong is going on in me energetically. They like something on the invisible level changes in me, and I understand that after like 20 minutes listening to that podcast, I'm not my best self. Like something or someone was talking to the wrong part of me for 20 minutes, and and at some point I had to say enough is enough. So let me know if it resonates. And I know it's a little early. Let me know, by the way, on the replay online. Tell me where you're watching me from, and also drop in the comments what resonates with you. And if you're listening on a podcast, like do me one solid, give me a review, because that will help to for other people to discover the like this podcast, this content. And if you know somebody who needs to hear this message today, who is maybe in this season that they need they need to hear this message today, share that with them. I would really gladly appreciate it. So um and like to summarize what we talked about, right? When we hire people, when we hire for the support, we often place our self agency in other people, and this is something that we cannot do. And also, not a lot of containers out there, like especially coaching containers, they're not designed to support you in the times of uncertainty, and in times when you actually need to unblock your true self. And also, and this is my personal requirement, I like in 2026, my requirement for a support when I hire somebody, I need that person to be an expert in human psychology. They can be a sales coach, they can be a marketing coach, they can be a messaging coach, they can be nervous system coach, they can be whoever. But if they don't understand how like human psychology is functioning, from my experience, they are not able to provide support that I need. And again, I talk from my personal subjective opinion. They're not able to support me the way I want to be supported. And this is why I created my container. And this is something that I was reminiscing for probably a good 6 months at the end of like the second half of 2026, like how I can show up for my audience, for my leaders that I guide, not just from the place of another strategy, not just create another playbook, not just add more noise, but actually utilize my skill set as a therapist. And this is not a therapy. Like the my container is not a psychotherapy. It's not a clinical container. But how do I utilize the powerful knowledge on human brain, of human mind, of human psychology, and implement that philosophy to unblock leaders and help them with the strategic consulting and strategic coaching and guidance in their business. Because what I've seen time and time again, like this is not the lack of strategy, this is not the lack of knowledge, but this is when our internal system is being clogged. Our internal system is not integrated. Our internal system is acting from the state of dysregulation. And it's not just nervous system dysregulation. Our dysregulated mind, and mind is a system. We all have multiple personalities, multiple parts of ourselves. And when our parts are dysregulated, they affect our nervous system, they affect our amygdala, they affect our prefrontal cortex. And then we're not able to make sound decisions like that actually will move needle further in our business. So if this support that you're looking for, I have a link in the description for this episode, for this live stream. You can apply for my private container certainty. This is 6 months container, working one-on-one with me. And again, like I redesigned the entire container because previously I was very strategy first and strategy heavy, but like I realized that certain people just don't have the vessel to take the strategy and implement it well until they're acting from the place of self agency. And when it happens, and this is that I've seen again and again in actually in multiple containers in my career coaching container. When people just act like their true self, they're able to land leadership roles. The same in business. When people unblock their psyche, unblock their true self, unblock their true CEO, all of a sudden they're selling from stage. All of a sudden their energy resonates with other people on another level. And also, this is something that I can take personal pride in. A lot of my clients, when we are working together, life keeps happening. Regardless if we need to run a business, we need to do a launch, but life keeps happening, right? There's family stuff. There's accidentally, one of my clients accidentally become a breadwinner for his family. He needed to support his mom who got laid off, like by accident. And here's another source of income. His secondary source of income was lost. And this is the moment when not a lot of containers can actually provide you support, because I was in a similar container and I needed support. And when my life hit me really hard in that container, like there was like people are not trained for that, right? People went and get business education. They went through like I don't know, like business coaching. They know the playbook. They know what to do, but they don't know how to help their clients in a time of crisis, how to pull them from the storm, how to storm with them together. So, and yeah, if this is support that you're looking for right now, the link is in the description for this episode, for this live stream. So fill out the application. I will look at application personally. Also, if you have questions, maybe you're not ready to fill out the application quite yet, but you just want to talk to me personally, you want to ask me a few questions, please send me a DM on LinkedIn, on Instagram. And by the way, I do have a little victory on Instagram. I just hit 1,000 followers on Instagram, and I can do like live stream on Instagram from my phone. That like that. I don't know, like it just makes me super excited. So, yeah, and this is 6 months container, and we start with a blocking your self leadership, and then we address the strategy, and then we address the tactics, and like again, the normal outcomes, the majority of the outcome from majority of the clients, they either getting speaking engagement, selling from stages, create profitable podcasts, convert their programs in a way that it converts and becomes profitable. But it's only available that it is only available when you're acting as your true self, as your true CEO. And this is what I'm doing. I'm utilizing internal family system as a philosophy. This is a great approach for your mind system, for your business organization as well. And also, yes, it is one-on-one coaching, but if you're operating with a team and your team needs systemic support from a professional, I'm more than happy to help your team from a very systemic level. This is how I work with with organizations, because like again, everything is a system. Our mind is a system. Your business is a system. And we are when we address this, when we apply this philosophy of internal and family system, when we unlock everybody's true self, when we unlock the true leader in your organization becomes profitable and starts thriving. This is the core philosophy. All right. Let me know what resonates with you. Was it helpful? Drop it in the chat, drop it in the comments. I want to hear from you. Like, if you know me, like I normally don't like to do like a lecture style webinars, lecture style live streams. I like to talk to you. I like to chat with you. Let me know if it resonates in the chat. Let me know what is your takeaway. Also, like, you can share your takeaway in the comments, you can share your takeaway in the DMs. So because I would like to hear what you need to I would like to know what you need to know more, what you need to hear more from my platform specifically. All right. Have an amazing Tuesday. I know live stream is a little bit delayed, so I'm going to head out here soon. But if you want to drop your takeaways, if you want to drop your comments, if you want to drop what resonates with you, I will hang here for like a few seconds to actually read it. Um, and thank you so much, everybody who watched on the replay, who came live, who well, like just what like who was just here. So like I really truly appreciate it. Thank you so much, and have an amazing Wednesday. And I see you tomorrow at 7 o'clock in the morning. And tomorrow we're going to talk about trust recession, but not from the standpoint like what you need to do so your audience can trust you more. We're going to address it from a little bit different angle. We're going to address it from internal family system standpoint, and what trust recession actually does to you, and how you might start showing up in for your audience. And maybe that part is actually breaking your marketing and breaking the resonance with your audience. So stay tuned for tomorrow. All right. Thank you so much. I love you, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye, y'all.